Yeah, so Brett, before we get to the future plans in the offseason, I do have to go back to the conference tournament. Very tough loss to Coastal Carolina, and with penalty kicks. Just what about that match, and what just overall season impressions for you?
Yeah, that was tough on the day. We had a red card a couple minutes into the second half for George Proctor, who obviously was our captain and the conference player of the year. So
Very questionable call. I could be on non-objective on that. No, but that was a very tough call. He didn't take that guy down. I'm sorry. Well, go ahead. You can say it, not me, but go ahead.
but I'm really proud. Disappointed obviously that it had to go to Pens and the way the Pens went, obviously, but incredibly proud of the guys for 60 minutes, including overtime. They had to play down a man, and I thought they fought valiantly and gave a really great impressions of themselves and of the program as well too. So I couldn't have asked for anything more from the players, and I wish it would have gone differently strictly for them because I thought they deserved it based on the effort that they put into it. But sometimes it doesn't go your way, and we move on. And in terms of the season overall, I was kind of singing the same message all year, where we were just really happy to play games, and looking around the rest of the country and not that many teams playing. I felt certainly fortunate to be able to do that, and we had a successful season. I think all in all, obviously we would have liked to take it one step further, but I was really pleased with the way that the guys handled themselves through some pretty adverse situations, and they were able to come out great. And I commend them. I tip my hat to them. It was something that they had to be really disciplined about, and they did an incredible job. So disappointed that it's over, but it was always going to be that weekend anyways, just the way the NCAA tournament being moved to the spring. So yeah, we'll kind of take a little bit of time away and get healthy and mentally and physically get healthy, and hopefully come back together after the holidays and see what we got.
Yeah, I think you didn't have one player miss time for COVID-related issues. Is I think you made it through the entire year. But what does that say about your team and being able to deal with all of the testing? And I'm in college athletics now, working with the school, and have to get tested every week. And we're told to do certain protocols. And it's very tough for me, and I'm an adult. I can only imagine for those young men being able to go through all that and compete at an athletic level. What about just the effort of the team on that end of things?
Yeah, the message from the beginning was, look, if in order for us to play games, we're going to have to be disciplined. And the thing about that is that each and every week, and a lot of times more than once per week, we got a real test to that discipline. With obviously the COVID testing. So again, it's a sheer credit to the players that they cared so much about playing that they made sacrifices off the field, and it allowed them to continue to practice and continue to play games. So yeah, it says a ton about them that they were that diligent and that focused on their craft, that they were able to maybe not do as much off the field and outside of the building, so to speak, to get to yeah, have the opportunity to play. So yeah, no, you can't say enough about what they did over the last couple months.
Now, you say you're going to get back together after the holidays, so I'm assuming that's 2021 in a new year, a new calendar year. Will you look to schedule some matches or scrimmages, anything like that? Because I'm sure there'll be some teams that are going to be looking for some competition for their spring year.
Yeah, we're still in the process of figuring all that out. This is just because our season has stopped doesn't mean the craziness of the world has. So there's still a lot of layers going on, and I really think we're just trying to take things one step at a time, and that's kind of moving on to the winter sports, and obviously basketball's getting going. I think actually the men's team's playing as of about 5-6 minutes ago. So we're kind of just again getting to the next step, which for us is finishing out the semester and exams and things like that, and trying to put together maybe a template of what spring looks like. But a lot of that will be dictated by other things as well too. So we're just trying to figure it all out. To answer your question, those are things that we're looking at. We're looking at everything in addition to getting back together and training and whatever that may be, there's just no clear cut answer, just as there wasn't in the fall either. So just trying to take it one step at a time. What the world looks like, today, November 30th, is one thing. What it looks like January 1st could be another thing. So I think we're creating ideas in our heads um, with the notion that we may have to be flexible and pivot in different directions. So just taking it one step at a time. I know that's kind of a long about answer, but that's really where we are right now.
Yeah, and will you have any transfers or freshmen coming into the winter semester that could be eligible for those competitions, or your current seniors, will they be eligible to at least practice or do anything with the team, just Georgia State specifically?
So we will have two of our seniors will be done. One will be graduating, and another one will be pursuing the professional route, which we've known about for quite some time. Two of the other seniors will be taking advantage of the additional year the NCAA granted.
Mhm.
In terms of new players, that's just something that we're continuing to evaluate. Obviously, with nearly the whole team returning is a huge positive for us. We were really young, believe it or not, in some key areas. I think in the championship game we had 4 freshmen that started, and at one point I think we had 5 freshmen on the field at once. So we're really pleased about the team. We'll see how things shake out recruiting wise. Like I said, there's obviously been some changes just because of the additional year that's been granted. So no, all I know is we're really excited about where our program is right now. Excited to get them back for the spring and see what that all has to offer. Which, as I said before, some of that is a little bit still up in the air.